She literally locks the doors, forcing the meeting to spill outside like it's some back alley showdown. No microphones, no structure, just chaos by design. And as if that wasn't enough, she sends in her own hype man.
Why you ain't stopping? Why you ain't stopping? You seen your water bill for the last 4 years? That's what you should have stopped. You should have stopped paying.
I paid 3 water bills. How many?
That ain't enough. That ain't enough.
His only job? To scream over anyone who tries to speak. Picture that. Leaders standing on the sidewalk, trying to handle township business, while some guy is hollering nonstop to drown them out. No debate, no progress, just noise. It's not leadership. It's sabotage dressed up as theatrics. And the wildest part? This is an accident. It's calculated. Create confusion, block order, and make the entire system look broken so she can play the victim later. That's the playbook. Loud, messy, and meant to wear everyone down until they stop fighting back. Look at this man. He's not paying a water bill. He's not paying Tiffany. He's not paying anybody. And if we're talking about bills, let's be real.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett?
Yes.
Trustee.
She has to sign the warrant, and then she's got to take the oath in 9 minutes.
Let's go.
9 minutes.
Tiffany's water bill wasn't even in her name. That's why she got evicted. She doesn't even want to cover her own basics. And yet here's this guy, on the phone, front and center, looking like a fool while Tiffany's off running around with Kamal, and the bag. Even worse, she hands a bag to Kamal and then runs off with Kamal. That's loyalty, right? She hooks him up with a $100,000 job.
That's 49.
So what was the phone?
That's it.
49.
I nominate Tiffany Henyard, Dolton Township Supervisor.
You are making a mark.
And you? She sends you out as a temp worker, yelling at old people in lawn chairs. That's the level of disrespect we're talking about here. It's not power, it's clown work. And the sad part is, he doesn't even see it. Now let's rewind the saga. Tiffany Henyard, who crowned herself the super mayor. That wasn't a title given, it was self-appointed. She ran Dolton as mayor, then slid into the Thornton Township supervisor role. 2 seats, 1 ego. That's how she spun her own nickname into a superhero act. But don't get it twisted. This wasn't destiny. This was backroom math, messy math. Because to this day, nobody really understands how her name even landed in the conversation. Out of nowhere, Christopher Gonzalez drops her name like she's a golden ticket. Why? Who pushed that? What's the angle? That's still the question. And right there by her side is this man, the one Tiffany clings to like a lifeline. If he's not family and he's not her man, then what exactly is he? Because that closeness? Phew, it's raising eyebrows. And if this man did have a girlfriend or wife at the time, Lord have mercy. Because the body language? Way too cozy. Way too blurred. But let's not lose the thread, because this man's role matters. His whole demeanor inside those meetings set the tone for what came next. And what came next? Tiffany shutting down the village hall itself. Literally locking the doors. That's when the trustees had to drag out lawn chairs and hold official board meetings in the front yard like it was a barbecue. No microphones, no order, just chaos under the open sky. And who was out there acting as her muscle? The same man. Tiffany didn't just build a team. She built a mob. People who didn't govern, but terrorized. That was a strategy. And that's how she controlled the town. Y'all caught that, right? Christopher Gonzalez. Let's pause on him for a second, because this man, this one right here, is still standing. Out of all the chaos, all the mess, all the bodies that dropped off the board, He's the lone survivor. The only one left in Thornton Township after the Tiffany saga blew everything to pieces. And here's the kicker. He's also the guy who spoke her name into existence in the first place. Out of nowhere, in the middle of it all, he just blurts out Tiffany. Like it was random, like it was fate. But was it? Or was that the spark that lit the whole disaster? That one little moment is where the snowball started rolling. Coincidence? Maybe. Convenient? Definitely. Because that single name drop set the stage for everything that came next. And now, after all the wreckage, Gonzalez is the last man standing, still sitting on that board like nothing happened. While the village is left cleaning up the wreck, he helped unleash. That's right, give him a high five. The man who just called her name out of nowhere. And to this day, I want to know why. Why, Chris Gonzalez? What made you suddenly drop Tiffany's name like it was the golden answer? Out of all the people, out of all the options, you land on her? Think about it. You got the mayor of Dolton sitting in her own mess, and you just toss her name into the ring with 10 minutes to spare. No prep, no plan, just boom. Tiffany. And then, like clockwork, everyone nods along. No pushback, no questions, just a chorus of, okay. And we're supposed to believe that was natural? That this was some organic, random stroke of fate? Please, that's not how power works. That's not how politics works. But sure, if they say it was natural, I guess we're all just supposed to smile and swallow it. Now listen to this man, standing up like the ultimate hype man. Put your hands together for your new Thornton Township supervisor, Tiffany Henyard. The energy of a concert opener, but for politics. And Tiffany, clinging to him like he's the only thing holding her upright. If this wasn't her man, then it was something, because the body language spoke louder than any announcement. Fast forward. Tiffany gets in her feelings, locks everyone out of Village Hall. Trustees can't even do their jobs indoors. They're forced to sit outside in lawn chairs like it's a block party. And just when you think it can't get dumber, here comes her buddy again. Not to help, not to lead, but to scream, yell, and terrorize the people trying to have a meeting. That was his role. Disruption on demand. And it's so obvious. Tiffany's on the other end of the phone the whole time, feeding lines, orchestrating chaos. He's blurting out nonsense, interrupting residents, throwing tantrums nobody asked for. Nobody's talking to him, but he keeps butting in because the mission is clear. Block order, block progress. Make sure nothing happens unless Tiffany's in the room. And Tiffany, she never even shows up. Look at him, mouth breathing, posturing, desperate for relevance, while Tiffany's already moved on. Because once Kamal slid fully into the picture, money, title, Butang benefits. This man got booted from a rotation. She hung on him in public once, but when Kamal became official, his usefulness expired. Just like that, gone. And the disrespect? Phew. Kamal gets a $100,000 position. This guy gets a gig yelling at old folks in lawn chairs. That's what loyalty buys under Tiffany's watch. She never wanted solutions, just soldiers. Disrupt, distract, defend her at all costs. And when the crowd still pushed through to demand answers about flooding, infrastructure, and basic services, he kept shouting anyway, because his real job wasn't answers. It was chaos. That's the truth about Tiffany's super mayor era. It wasn't about the people. It wasn't about service. It was about control. And anybody who stood in her way, she sent her goons to scream them into silence. That's not leadership. That's tyranny with a wig and a lawn chair. Tiffany Henyard, the bad guy, every time. Freaking Christopher Gonzalez. Bad guy. That's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have it. But let's not stop there, because we also got this other man, the one who keeps yelling in the background like he's auditioning for Tiffany's #1 fan club. And honestly, what makes it even funnier is this. He looks like the guy who got dumped the second Kamal entered the picture. That's what it feels like. Tiffany dropped him like a bad habit the moment Kamal came in with more shine, more presence, and more leverage. So let's play it back. This man for months, maybe even years, was Tiffany's loudest hype man. He screamed, he hollered. He showed up at meetings ready to bark on command, like that was his entire identity. He worked overtime to get her that seat, to make sure her name had weight. to prove his loyalty to her. And then, boom, Kamal came strolling in, scooped up the spotlight, scooped up Tiffany's attention, and this poor guy, he vanished like smoke. After all that chaos, after all that yelling, Kamal kicked him straight to the sidelines. What makes it even worse is the fact that he's still out here talking about Riley Rogers. Like Riley is even relevant anymore. Riley's not the mayor. Riley's not trying to come back. Riley is old news. Tiffany is the mayor now. Tiffany already won. So if there's crime spiking, if houses are flooding because infrastructure hasn't been touched in years, if families can't even drive down their block without hitting water, that's Tiffany's problem now. But this guy, he's stuck in the past, stuck yelling about ghosts while the real issues pile up. And I can't ignore the truth here. He didn't just randomly show up. No, somebody called him in. He was sent there. And you already know who sent him, Tiffany. That's why he was so pressed, so disrespectful, hollering over people when the board was trying to move forward. And when trustees tried to wrap up the meeting, when the motion hit the floor, he kept running his mouth about bills. Bills that aren't even his. Let's be real. Tiffany's water bill wasn't even in her name. That's why she got evicted. So how you standing there yelling about water bills when the queen you defending can't even pay hers? But here's the part that kills me every time. Tiffany gave Kamal the bag. She gave him the job, the money, the security, $100,000 position. Just hand it to him. And what did you get? A side hustle gig of screaming at old folks at township meetings. That was your prize. That was your big reward. You really got the short end of the stick. While Kamal was collecting six figures, you were stuck being her foot soldier, yelling yourself breathless for scraps. If that's not disrespect, I don't know what is. And now look at you. No position, no bag, no Tiffany, no shine. You're out here looking tired, sounding bitter, giving grumpy old troll under the bridge. Dry in the face, crusty in attitude. Tiffany won't let you in any more in Kamal. Kamal won't even give you a part-time gig at his shop. That's the biggest slap in the face. He took your girl. He took your shot, and he took the bag. And you're out here yelling into a mic, hoping somebody notices. But let's be honest. If you want to be mad at somebody, stop wasting your voice on trustees. Stop wasting your energy on Riley Rogers. Stop crying about the past. Point that anger where it belongs. Point at Kamal, because he's the one who took everything from you. He took the woman you defended, the position you fought for, and every dime you thought was coming your way. He took it all and left you holding nothing but embarrassment. And that's why this whole thing is hilarious to me. Sad? Yes, but also hilarious. You were the loudest, the most loyal, the one who went the hardest, and Tiffany played you like a toy. Kamal replaced you without hesitation. The bag? Gone. All those trinkets, all those goodies gone. You got nothing. And now you're standing here mad at the wrong people, still chasing a situation that left you in the dirt. That's not strength. That's not strategy. That's just tragic comedy on display.